Rob Edwards is the new head coach of Wolverhampton Wanderers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at how he could set Wolves up to save them from relegation. We're going to be looking at the formation, a possible team selection, and the tactics that Rob Edwards could use to ultimately save Wolves' season. Rob Edwards utilised the 3-4-2-1 system. That included three major centre-backs protecting the centre of the pitch, making sure they were difficult to play through the middle and heart of their goal. It occupied two major midfielders, arguably the most important part of the pitch for Rob Edwards and the side that he wants to create. In nearly all systems that Rob Edwards has utilised, he's used the main midfield double pivot, meaning you have one player that either drops back and receives the ball from the defenders to allow them to progress forwards, and then you have one a little bit further ahead, or you have both of them sat next to each other to try and soak up some offensive pressure from the opponent. In this particular example, we have Lokonga on the ball currently. This is in their 4-0 victory against Brighton. It didn't happen too many times that they won a game, but they did here, and it was absolutely sensational. You've got Lokonga on the ball here currently. He's got loads of time and space. Look at the positioning of Barkley right here as well, though. He's just a little bit further ahead, operating in that vertical pass and making sure that the Brighton players have a question mark. Do they mark him? Do they leave him? What do they do? It's in this particular moment that on the far side of the pitch, just out of your picture, you've got the wing back for Luton making a darting run in behind this Brighton defence. Lokonga sees this and plays a fantastic pass over the top. This is the kind of passing option that you've got Andre for. This is what Joao Gomez has the ability to do as well. They have that in their locker to be able to find those passes, and it goes over towards that wing back who manages to go forwards, go round the goalkeeper in pretty brilliant fashion and score a goal, making sure that you have dynamic runs from your wing backs, linking them all together, but high energy is absolutely key. And then you have your front three. Two players tucked in really narrow, really central, next to your main striker to help with that link play and help gel everything together. It was through this that they managed to score 52 goals in the Premier League, and it was through his tactical nous that allowed them to be so competitive. And this is why I think Wolves fans should be really excited about this, because if Rob Edwards is able to bring his football and bring his ideas to this Wolves side, this is what he could do. Done properly, this system is absolutely devastating, and I'm about to show you right now. You've got your three at the back, so you've got your 1, 2, 3 defenders, you've got your midfield double pivot right here, and of course you've got your 2 wing backs and your 3 attackers. Now what happens here is from the get-go, what Rob Edwards does to this Brighton side is utilise this formation along with a man-mark instruction, meaning that when Luton go, they go and press their individual players and their individual men. Look at how aggressive they are immediately, led by the striker, led by the 2 attackers supporting him, and it gives them the opportunity to go and start to press Brighton. And we know that Brighton are a fantastic passing side, but initially what you've got are the 2 Brighton 10s who are in space. That's okay, because what you're then going to see is once you've got Luton pressing up forwards, you've got them condensing the pitch. It looks like there's a pass on, but there actually isn't, because you've got your 2 centre-backs jumping. Really important, making sure that you're winning those individual battles, and they win the ball back. They win the ball back high up the pitch, and then it enables them to start to go forwards. This is really impressive. If the intensity is able to be implemented, if this system is able to be implemented with the amount of danger that it's got, it's going to be really impressive and really exciting for Wolves fans. So we now know the formation, but how will it play? Typically, what you tend to see with Rob Edwards sides is with that main defensive 3, when they enter a defensive shape, what you're going to see is the wing-backs tuck back and then create that back 5. This allows them to deal with any kind of wide threat while also maintaining that pressure within the centre of the park we spoke about a little moment ago. You're then looking towards that defensive shape to be bolstered by the 2 attacking players next to the striker dropping back and creating a midfield 4. This gives them a better opportunity to condense the centre of the pitch while also lending a hand to the players out wide. You need to make sure that you win your individual battles with this system, and then you have your striker drop back, creating a nice compact defensive shape, and then looking to go forwards. When you do go forwards, what you're now looking towards is having those inside central players move a little bit further inside. You're having your wing backs push on really far, utilising their high energy, utilising their pace and power, and getting your striker as quickly up the pitch as possible, making sure that he's as close to that danger zone as possible. And then you're creating this kind of a fluid formation, operating in that box system that's really, really important. Having those two defensive midfielders, or those two main midfielders, work with the two attacking players in those pockets is really, really integral. Making sure that you're giving the ball to those wing backs as many times as you possibly can to get those crosses into the box for your main striker. Link up is absolutely crucial, and making sure that you have a flow within your side to allow for this formation to express itself is absolutely pivotal. And when you're thinking about your attacking shape, you're thinking about how you get these players to work together. How do you make sure that you have those passing lanes, that you have the ability to progress forwards? Take a look at this action that Luton had against Newcastle United. This was in the game that they won by 1-0. It was really, really good. But what have you got here? You've got your two wingers. They're not wingers, they're inside 10s. You've got them really tucked in narrow next to the striker who's driving forwards next to that Newcastle defensive line. But look just behind them. You've got your two midfielders in Conga and Barkley. This is integral. You're creating that box, but you're also making sure that you've got passing lanes for them to really progress forwards. This is something that I don't think Wolves have right now. They look disjointed. In this particular setup, I think you're going to be able to see them really progress the ball forwards, find those pockets of space, and then be able to exploit the opposition a whole lot more. It's an attacking phase of play that gives them the ability to go forwards while also creating that width with those wing backs that we spoke about. It can be really, really dangerous if done properly. We've taken a look at the formation and we've discussed the tactics, so how could this Wolves side look under Rob Edwards? To begin with, I think you've got a toss-up between the goalkeepers. I think Jose Sarr is okay, and I think Sam Johnston is fine, so whichever one he picks, I think it's going to be alright. When you take a look at the back three, this is where it gets really interesting. I think you've got to have Totti Gomez because of his left foot and his ability for those passing lanes. Doherty will bring a good aggression to the side, and I think he's a player that Rob Edwards will initially want to trust and want to really bed into this side. Krejci has been the most impressive player for me this season. I think he's been absolutely fantastic, whether it's winning his duels or being that progressor, and that's why I've got him centrally. I've got him centrally so that he's able to get those passes into the major part of this side. I spoke about it being the main point, the most important point of this real setup, and that is utilising your midfield double pivot in Joao Gomez and Andre. And thinking about the goal that we saw a little bit earlier, you've got Andre dropping into that pocket, you've got Joao Gomez being able to go forwards, and the link up between the two is really good. I like Andre's passing range, I like Joao Gomez's aggression. It could really, really work and has done previously. Bring it back. Now what you've got to do is find the place to bring in that energy, and that is through Hugo Bueno and Chachua. When you've got both of these players driving forwards and making sure they're holding their width, making sure that they're making the pitch as wide as possible to get those spaces for your attacking players, and they are going to be Arias and Fer Lopez. Really integral key players, but they're both players that are able to receive the pass on the half turn. Really important in those tight spaces. At the same time, you've got Fer Lopez with his left foot driving in field, Arias with his right foot driving in field. Those are the opposites to Hugo Bueno and Chachua, so it gives you balance throughout the side. And all of this links up and through to get the ball into Jürgen Strand-Larsen as your main focal point, crosses into the box, making sure that you're giving him as much supply as possible to be able to go forwards. And this is how I think Wolverhampton Wanderers could look under Rob Edwards, and he might just turn their season around. But of course, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts on Rob Edwards, on Wolverhampton Wanderers, and how you think their season will go. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learnt something new, and I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, my friends, take care.